Welcome back to Blitz City. Today we're diving into the latest updates on the Kansas City Chiefs, the roster moves, injury lineups, and one headliner from cornerstone players. This will serve as a short prologue to the good news. The Chiefs were able to acquire a defensive tackle, Siaki Ika, and get back veteran cornerback Steven Nelson just as it's getting close to the playoff push. This, though, is about nor all the beautiful news, because we shall give you the latest on Patrick Mahomes' ankle injury and talk about Travis Kelce's honest comments about his impending future in the NFL. Let's dive in. The Kansas City Chiefs have operated some moves, strengthening their roster for two important signings that equip the team with defensive depth for the final stretch of the regular season and the upcoming playoff push. The first of them is adding former Cleveland Browns defensive tackle Siaki Ika to the Chiefs' practice squad. Ika was a third-round draft pick in the 2023 NFL Draft and is extremely powerful on the interior defensive line. He stands 6'3" and weighs 335 pounds, size and strength that make him a major disruptive force, particularly in stopping the run. His time with the Browns wasn't very eventful, but there is so much potential seen in this young lineman by the Chiefs. He is being given a second chance to grow and make his presence felt on a team that dreams of winning the Super Bowl. Ika has made a name for himself at Baylor as a centerpiece of the defense. He recorded 70 tackles and 5 sacks and was able to show ability in clogging lanes, collapsing pockets, and wreaking havoc in the backfield. His physical tools are undeniable, and the Chiefs believe that with the right development and coaching, Ika can help shore up their defensive line in the crucial moments when the postseason is approaching. Although the rookie year has not made as much noise as expected by some, the Chiefs are taking a patient view with Ika and offering him a chance to grow inside their system. Whether Ika ends up on the practice squad or gets called up to active duty remains to be seen, but one thing is for certain. The Chiefs hope he becomes yet another contributor in their playoff race. The Chiefs also made a reunion deal which excited their fans and improved their defensive backfield. They signed former cornerback Steven Nelson back with the team. Earlier this year, he announced his retirement. Nelson signed with the Chiefs practice squad on December 9th, 2024, marking a return to Kaufman, where he played from 2015 to 2018, and during which he became an integral part of the defense during his tenure. It couldn't have been at a better juncture than the one he now occupies with injury to key players at the secondary, depth, and experience at cornerback. As he has a read of game action and holds a commanding presence over the field, this will prove enormous to the Chiefs as they strive to enhance their behalf against the pass in this final stretch of the regular season. His return is not only nostalgic, but experienced for him. In 130 career games played, Nelson has made 456 tackles, 13 interceptions, and defended 65 passes. This experience at the big game, coupled with a cool head under pressure, will come in very handy as the Chiefs prep for the postseason. His football IQ and versatility have always been an asset, and he will be a most useful teacher for the younger cornerbacks on the team. Be it a bigger role on the field or just a reliable backup option, Nelson increases the leadership level and brings stability to a secondary that has faced plenty of challenges this season. These two signings demonstrate that Kansas City is serious about preparing for the stiffest playoff competition currently available. One, young and with potential in Ika. The other, old school and a leader in Nelson. Ika should help bolster the team's front defensively because they need to try to stop some of the league's most dynamic offenses this season, while Nelson returns to strengthen an already strong secondary and will provide steadiness to the defensive backs. With both signings going through now, it's preparing the Chiefs for a deep playoff run in the hopes of strengthening an already solid roster. Fans are waiting to see how these two will play in the team's pursuit of another Super Bowl crown. Patrick Mahomes injured his right ankle during a hot match against the Cleveland Browns on December 10th, 2005, which ended 21-7. During late fourth quarter, Mahomes was found trying to throw a pass while struggling with two defenders when he received a heavy hit and awkwardly fell. The injury left him limping off the field, and it seemed that for a moment it could be the worst possible thing. His fans and teammates held their breaths, awaiting news of the injury's severity. While the initial speculation was bad, Coach Andy Reid later confirmed that it was just a high ankle sprain rather than a possible fracture, which negated the need for surgery. That was better than the worst case, but it brings with it a lot more concern. High ankle sprains are nasty injuries that put people on a sideline for weeks and are more involved than regular sprains, affecting an at-play's mobility and ability to bring his game back up to his usual level. Mahomes is now tagged week to week, and he has already started the recovery process. With the Chiefs boasting an impressive 13-1 record and positioned for a top seed in the AFC, the team now faces a critical decision. Do they believe more in home field advantage in the postseason versus Mahomes having enough days to be as healthy as he can to go for a potential Super Bowl run? It's a well-placed injury now. The Chiefs are really primed for a deep playoff run, and Mahomes almost always plays through injuries as one of the toughest competitors in the league. He's guided this team to win playoffs in previous years, including a famous performance at Super Bowl 54 while battling with angular and knee issues. Unfortunately, this injury comes at the worst time possible, and the Chiefs might take a better safety-first approach with their franchise quarterback. While Mahomes' competitive fires are likely stoked enough to want him to play no matter the injury, the medical trainers and coaches will have priorities elsewhere concerning his health in the long term and recovery to ensure he is in full force when it matters. An example of this impact could be achieved by having Mahomes rest, leaving its mark on remaining regular season games. The team has to weigh in carefully with ambitions to secure the top seed in the AFC against the actual possibility of using said time for Mahomes to heal further. With danger signs glowing sugar-high imminent during the postseason, the Chiefs' coaching brigade will sit tight for the decision-making period ahead. Whether to gamble with Mahomes' health or give him the time he needs to recover adequately. Most definitely, Chiefs fans will be hoping for the latter to be played out since they want as many stakes as possible when Mahomes steps back onto the field. As the days pass, all eyes will remain on Mahomes' rehabilitation. Fans from the Chiefs will certainly await updates on his healing process, hoping that it will be fast and that the quarterback will be back at his finest in time when the playoffs start. As all hopes for the Super Bowl are built on the performances of this man, there will be no stone that the Chiefs would leave unturned to get this player ready for the grand stage. While the injury has sent ripples of uncertainty, there is great optimism that Mahomes will rise to the occasion once again, which he has done time and again during his career. Finally, let's talk about Travis Kelce, the Chiefs' legendary tight end, who has recently hinted at the possibility of retirement. Kelce is a household name in the NFL for his unyielding dominance on the field, and at the moment, one of the most successful players in the game. He said in a recent interview that the body is now starting to feel the wear and tear of the sport. After spending most of a decade taking hits, taking grueling seasons, and producing fast numbers, he admitted that he was unsure how many years he would keep playing. "You never know how much longer you'll be out here," Kelce stated to spark a firestorm regarding his future, leaving fans wondering just how much longer they will have to see one of the greatest tight ends ever to take the field. But for Kelce, this is the most challenging season now. He is still at the core of the Chiefs' offensive unit, but has had the season of his career so far, with probably more than only a few personal bests by the time the season wraps up. He has been targeted more times than anybody else, yet Kelce has gone through a long drought of not catching a touchdown and is struggling to even get the yardage he has become accustomed to getting, a significant departure for a player consistently in the top echelon of his position. Outside of all that, though, Kelce's leadership and irreplaceable contributions at making some pretty big plays down the stretch are invaluable. He continues to stand as one of the core components of Kansas City's championship aspirations. Recently, Kelce achieved yet another defining moment in his career when he became the fastest tight end in NFL history to grab 12,000 passing yards in a record 172 games, also breaking the induction mark of the iconic Tony Gonzalez to accomplish this feat. Such accomplishments are merely adding to his already bulging list of accolades as they testify to his timeless greatness, even in what has been an arduous season. Kelce's chemistry with quarterback Patrick Mahomes has long been one of the most dynamic and dependable partnerships in the NFL. Kelce and quarterback Patrick Mahomes long ago built an irrefutable chemistry. Their long list of game-winning plays and crucial third-down conversions has generally not only been impressive to Chief fans, but also a big contributor to that team's success over the years. On-field play is no less a feature of Chiefs' offensive action than off-field. Kelce plays his part in running the team. Competitive, obsessed with the craft, and adept at inspiring and auguring improvement in those about him, these are the traits he possesses. Kelce's presence is energizing, whether in the locker room or on the sidelines. As far as younger guys are concerned, he stands as a beacon for them. Head coach Andy Reid, who has coached Kelce through his entire tenure in the league, has had much to say about the unique role the tight end plays, beyond football plays and skills, talking about leadership attributed to the player. Even with the team's remarkable record of 12-1 this season, Reid has acknowledged how much the team has faced to ensure that all the players maximize the resources they manage to invest in the team, particularly for someone like Kelce, who has made a constant footprint in their successes. While Kelce's comments about his future don't confirm an imminent retirement, they do suggest that the end of his long and rich career may be nearing sooner than fans want to believe. Undoubtedly, he will be cherished by the Chiefs fans as they have seen him grow into one of the greatest to ever play the game. Bittersweet is the thought of never seeing the touch of such an important piece of the offense again. However, Chiefs Kingdom knows that no player is forever, not even the best of them. The contributions Kelce will make to his success will still be relevant as the team continues pushing towards yet another deep playoff run and another Super Bowl title. Whether it's the end of the line or just a new chapter in a storied career, one thing is certain. Kelce has already stamped his place in Kansas City football immortality, and his legacy will live on much longer than he ever lived after hanging his cleats up. Fans are hopeful he can beat Father Time in injury one last time to help capture another title before he hangs them up, ensuring that his legendary status in the NFL lives on for years to come. That's all for today's updates on the Kansas City Chiefs. From exciting new signings like the likes of Siaki Ika and Steven Nelson to sideline updates on Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, it is pretty obvious that this team is doing everything it can to remain competitive and playoff ready. Be it depth building, injury management, or the thought for future, the Chiefs have reasons why they are top contenders in the NFL. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more updates and in-depth analysis on every matter concerning the Chiefs. Thank you for watching. As always, go Chiefs!